Так, ну что ж, всем привет. Сегодня трансляция точно идет. Ты вчера ж нашла? Что там случилось дальше? Я не знаю, почему отвалилось. И как давно отвалилось. Так, сейчас давайте язычок поменяем. Так, еще знаете, что я хочу сделать? Эксперимент. Да ладно, давайте не сейчас. Так, как далеко нам надо? Там будет ближе. Микрофон нормально работает, да. Простите, кажется, у вас по головам прошел.
Hello, Mr. Crossell.
Черт.
How's business been?
Я Фейд нравится. Парень хотел бы играть.
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei.
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small piece of smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out.
Wait, isn't smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhi Qiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhi Qiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhi Qiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpin.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
Он так быстрее будет, чем по лестницам вверх подниматься. Придется все же подняться. Ой. Кажется, так. А вообще я хотел бы чаю. Во-первых, еще настроечки покрутим. Все, теперь за чаем. Я вкусняшками к чаю нахрустился до чая. А чай не хотел пить до запуска стрима. Как-то будет... Что-то, блин, это в игре что-то. Так, тут еще кое-что гляну. Вчера 20 минут спустилось, сегодня 20 внутри, ясно.
Oh, whatever shall I do?
Она потеряла, да?
Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look
Не
at them?
могла. Не может.
The hairpins. I can't lend them to you right now.
Как
I've
бы
lost
очевидный
them.
ответ.
I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice.
О, привет. Я вчера, блин, запарился с игрой.
Как там чайник?
Вот квест на чайник делаю. Вчера до него добрался, но уже в 12 ночи.
But business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around. So a big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. That's what the hairpins were for, to...
Теперь сможешь посадить
Well, to keep up
растения для
appearances.
козы?
I can't have
Пока
you
еще не
looking down
смогу.
on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of
Пришло время нашего самого любимого эпизода. Здесь я обычно говорю, я помогу тебе.
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow, would you let me...
Huh? Well, I mean,
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she
А
can
точно,
help
грядки
Jujia
вроде у
somehow.
торговца выходного дня.
True. Though surely there must be a win-win
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as
Рожулька
compensation for the
прикольная.
loss.
Чай готов.
Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices, and given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
even higher. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Jujia looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpin.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find whichever way you look at it? We've got to start by...
Except Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please. Please, Don't trouble yourselves over this. However much it is, I will have to pay it.
Чайник давайте, блин,
My
не
family are
шпильки
merchants,
обсуждайте.
after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our... Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossel in the dark any longer.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, so hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were
Кстати,
perfectly
она
smooth
тоже
to the
коза,
touch,
оказывается.
like the finest
Да?
quality jade.
Прикольно.
My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment.
Smooth to the touch. Finest quality jade.
Ложки по бокам белые.
А, ты об этом? Я, блин, не заметил их.
No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things.
Блин, просто поискать.
I should open a store here. You can't beat the atmosphere here in England.
Я точно те квесты делаю? Вроде да.
Ah,
не
Miss
показал
Yanfei, you've
кое-что, ладно.
returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract.
Думаю, что у меня
Freelance
стоимость
Mora.
погружается так долго, а я стою возле микроволновки, грею суп.
Mora?
Как там
Do
остаться
you
с
have any
электричеством?
idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that smaragdus
Стрим.
jadeite?
Ну, я понял.
Надо отключить Т9. Нормально.
Ну, хорошо тогда. Ты волновался.
Перебоев пока нет.
Ну, пусть и не будет.
I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes. It was in fact genuine smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Miss...
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that there were.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
А я уже полным ходом ращу грибы в чайнике для Мика.
Блин, без звука, ё-моё, как обычно. Почему я говорю, что я козу уже до 60 уровня прокачал. Вчера перед боем с тортилью. Но мне это не помогло. Как-то было сложно нормально нанести урон по тортиле вечно бегающему. Постоянно уворачиваться надо было. А еще беспокоит то, что опыт приключений достиг предела. Надо уровень мира повышать, а боюсь тогда... Мне с моими персонажами 50 уровня в этом мире делать будет нечего. Если удастся повысить.
Miss Yunfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
Угу.
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus jadeite after all.
Удастся там несложно.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus
Теперь
jadeite is
Тарталья
found deep
еженедельный
underground
босс.
and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it, and then he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately,
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to
Contract.
please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Это все терпеть ради чайника.
This contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case...
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find... Ah, I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a prophet. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have
Это,
been his
кажется,
first
опять весь
choice.
вечер. Ой, ё-моё.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever...
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so...
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings.
Кусочки оставшиеся, да, пыль. Ну-ну. Такими убить можно.
Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entire...
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards?
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossel...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these
Ну,
shavings
они и
back to
так у
Chateau.
Шитоу лежат.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossel did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly,
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Жесть.
yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to... If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Singsi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How can you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the...
So you help them make sense of the law.
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
Какой интересный ракурс.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singsi.
Блин, нужны квесты такие здесь длинные.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time...
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact with a
Crossell? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to... This order was on hold for a very long time, and only
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Singsi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or...
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to... Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself. The item is called Smaragdus Jadeite. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite.
Thank you, Singsi. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure. It isn't serving much purpose here anyway.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or...
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip.
Хижина
Let's
Бубу.
go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to...
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you...
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement once we have this final piece of evidence in our hand.
Так, а где он? Вот чуть быстрее. Там уже по следующим байнерам, кстати, информацию выдали. Насколько правдиво, не знаю.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out
Да видел.
gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well. Now that's an even rarer honor.
Скорее всего,
What
оно.
business brings you here, might I inquire?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus jadeite.
Smaragdus jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the seven mountain treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere... It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period... Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of your question...
Тут перевод забавно сравнивать с тем, что он говорит на английском. Озвучивает. Такие милые несовпадения есть.
I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus jade.
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus jadeite. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related...
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for
You're too kind.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Блин, похож плащ, как этот инспектор Гаджет из мультика.
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract.
Как будто у него эти рога, а здесь вообще какие-то обрубки отдельно вставлены, болтаются.
Mr. Crossel, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly...
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this! I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question.
А тут я, наверное, подгляжу.
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite
Ай-яй.
and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any
Они
case,
сами виноваты.
Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite.
Я слишком
So
долго
I
жду
had him
чайник.
cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated.
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this...
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall serve as decisive proof of our case.
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed.
Разного цвета сапоги.
Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually...
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
So, мы с моей доверительницей ждем. Там в английском языке с клиенткой ждем.
Yampy's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus Nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jade, but after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But that's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them.
Может быть.
And then to top it all off, Zhiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly. If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Miss...
10 times.
Kroso looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some
Ms. Jichao, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead?
What? But I... All right, then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever, it'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my...
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony.
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so?
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have if we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Ну, не знаю. Хороший там бизнес можно построить, конечно.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. Even though the solution didn't involve
The right solution depends on your perspective on the objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was an Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal power?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit.
Я уже заждался.
I bet
Не
she's
знаю,
been
как там
on tender.
бабушка. Так, насколько она далеко была? А вот, полетим к ней отсюда.
ППЦ.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite? Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the
Да,
rest.
пройдет еще несколько вечеров в игре.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler.
Ладно,
Make
нафиг это
sure you don't
смотреть.
lose the business card I
Пойду в
gave
тёса
you.
или тёрку.
Ну ты же там был, в Теса.
I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well.
А
If you
кишки
should
во
ever
все
bump
стороны
into
вчера
any
было.
trouble with the law,
В этой
come
игре.
find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Ай, сегодня опять немного болтовни.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave,
Терку
perhaps you'd
он
like
под
to
утро
help me
заходит.
clean my teapot.
Мгм.
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so
Немного.
rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis.
Я бы тоже утром в терку заходил бы, если бы мне надо было на работу. И деньги были бы.
Indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Liyue is not the same place
Вряд
I
ли бы ты
once
сидел
knew.
до 3-4 утра.
Ну, это да. Хотя если бы мне надо было вставать бы в 6 утра, в 7, я, может быть, и сидел бы.
All right then.
Хотя, конечно, даже все равно
Let us
постарался
speak
бы
of
режим
this no
соблюдать.
more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Ну, давай уже быстрее, не тяни быка за рога.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take
Oh.
long at all. Just
Ага.
there we
Неужели?
go.
Неужели?
This Serenity pot is all yours now.
Я который один раз забыл, что мне на ночную смену и не спал, можно сказать, перед работой.
Бывает. Я когда второй StarCraft вышел, ну, что-то работал, пришел домой, стал в него играть. Позвонили с работы, говорят, а что это с утра не пришел?
Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might
Как бы в
happen.
воздухе сам по себе отлично висит.
Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more
Да,
lively
все,
and
спасибо, бабушка, давай, пока.
How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this
Называется чайная
teapot.
плесень.
She will explain
чайный
everything
гриб.
you need to know about it.
Это я шучу немножко. Юху, ура!
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Так. Ну да, это выглядит как-то так себе.
Это более-менее, но 2 мне больше по душе.
Второй. Не знаю. Как-то этот более прикольно кажется. Похоже, как у бабушки. Жаль, нельзя полноценно рассмотреть. Это да, это как-то странно. Это вообще непонятно.
Могу свой показать.
Кстати.
Ща.
А или у тебя закрыт для всех? А, мой чайник безмятежности еще закрыт. Надо открывать. Так что придется...
Жди.
Не, мне сначала надо свой чайник. Сначала в свой зайти, а потом уже я смогу в другие попадать.
Ну бери тогда один.
То, что он мне пишет. Ваш чайник безмятежности еще закрыт. Пойдем по порядку. Это нет, наверное, это первый, да. А это второй. Что-то более... Монштата больше похоже, это на текущего.
Обитель.
Сколько? Год в прошлом году чайник появился? Год назад больше.
But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Well, you're the one with the sword anyway, you do it still! Why is it so... Oh, wait a second, what is that?
Поставь потом козу куда-то, чтобы дружбу набирать.
Угу. Сейчас по-быстрому пробегусь. Интересно. А, отлично, я туда могу уйти. Я просто сколько смотрел на трансляциях, видел вот этот островок как бы и все. Было грустно, потому что так мало места. Нет, скорее всего, не долечу. Скинула меня нормально. Что у нас тут опять? Все, отсюда дорога есть, а туда не пускают. Ну, это... можно войти. Ладно. Похоже, я еще никого не могу поставить сюда, да? Ой, крыса. Это чертеж. Просто лучше чертеж, ясно. Чертеж. Вчера было красивое число, 111 достижений.
Поговори с пингвином.
Видимо, да, без этого никак. Так, ладно, сейчас еще это. Так, кажется, еще эту схему выучили. Уже есть.
Кстати, поздравляю, теперь ты рисовать.
Спасибо. Кстати, я еще до появления чайника деревья рубил. Сразу, как начал играть. Потом перестал, потому что незачем.
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
Это вообще сова какая-то. Как у совы лицо.
It's a huge finch!
Зяблик.
Excuse me, I am not a finch.
Ой, какой голос.
I am
Совсем
a
неожиданно
teapot
ожидался.
spirit, and you may call me...
Более мужской, скажем так.
Hang on a moment. What am I supposed... Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby. So you're the little helper Madam Ping mentioned? Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told you may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me.
Голос чуть-чуть похож на Цици.
Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler, if you will.
У бабульки дворецкого-то нету.
Now,
Мне
allow
такой
me to
чайник.
explain this realm to you. Have you
Может,
any
даст
blueprints
зайти.
on you? Specifically, blueprints with as long as you have a
путем в
blueprint,
Нарнию.
you can refashion this realm however you
О, да.
please.
И там жить. За электричество платить не надо. За коммуналку. Никто не найдет.
Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny handed a... Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking
Ты
about.
уже
Go
изучил.
on. Open them. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint. Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside. I doubt it. A golden-eyed adept, he said that even though subspace creation is a product of Adeptal, this world is not a true one after all. It provides merely a moment of... A golden-eyed adeptus? I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look if there's anything you would like to...
Не можно собирать, а придется собирать по всему миру. Отлично. Так что мы видели?
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Нет, это не ты. Вроде бы. Или ты.
Я.
А. О.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Теперь можешь поставить козу?
Ну, пока не могу. И говорят, что пока есть посетители, нельзя в меню расстановки зайти.
А,
Хотя, может, козу, ну, не знаю, это, скорее всего, что тоже в этом расстановке.
да там.
Так. Мастерскую пока здесь. Ну иди, Кош, сюда. Ай. Так, и где коза?
Для начала купи огороде у птицы. Чтобы места хватило.
Так, ну вот, коза стоит.
Hello. If you have any outstanding work, feel free. I think it's been quite an undertaking to decorate such a large space. Thank you for all your efforts. In my spare time, I particularly enjoy taking strolls outside. Even at midday, it's perfectly safe to take a nap. Agreed. So I really... Anyway,
Все, козу там поставил. Как же это долго расстановка мебели идет. Вроде как, если этих ставить внутри дома, вроде как они меньше места занимают. По крайней мере, животные точно. Так. Странная комната. Здесь нету, ладно.
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment, but...
Вот этот домик прикольный. Так себе. Ой, кошмар. Ну иди ко мне на руки, ну. Громождение. Фонтан — это хорошо. Ага, это типа магазин.
Богатство.
Да, просто вот их...
Бери все.
Нет. Просто какой из этих полей брать-то? Пока тогда ничего не будем.
Все.
Да не хочу пока что. Все непонятно, что надо. Так. Изготовить декор.
Все нужны будут.
Верю. Так. Сменить форму. Ясно. О, начинается.
Ладно, сейчас скажу точно.
Да не, я просто потом посмотрю. Что настроечки гляну. Так, ткань.
If you ever have any questions...
Опа.
Тебе нужно то, которое один в продаже.
Просто хочу настроить где-то, найти настройки
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
для посещения чайника. Не то.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it. In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Где просто настроить, как переключить чайник безмятежности доступ. Или это тут делается?
Maybe you're not used to the place at...
Тоже готовая. Ясно.
If you ever have any questions...
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Что там надо на Нинку? Лазурная лилия.
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment, but once you've material...
Так, а для музыки здесь что надо покупать?
В чертежах та штука.
А то у меня этих дисков, кажется, целая куча. Ух ты. Тут знатненько. Ух, сколько тут всего. Так, ну печка нам тоже понадобится. Ладно, про чайник надо будет читать. О, прикольная штука. Ой, блин, нет, тут надолго можно застрять. Стена, та-та-та. Бомжатник какой-то. Вот уже, это интереснее.
Можешь глянуть на мою локацию с пляжем.
Так, ну-ка. Или это просто декор? Патефон. Или нет, диски в него ставить. Наверняка можно же, там же диски. Ладно, возьмем, пока есть. Привет. Я вот наконец чайник себе заработал сегодня. Ой, круто.
If you ever have any questions about the...
Да-да-да, давай, похож, отвали.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Я смотрю, дом построил. Осталось посадить дерево и сына родить.
Дом еще не построил. Он же такой стоял. Так. Это еще что? Осколок. Стоп. Позвать друзьям посещать удобно для них после получения-то. Непонятно, как здесь настроить.
Maybe you're not...
Что ты хочешь настроить?
Доступ. Чтобы друзья могли, например, приходить и так, без меня, без моего разрешения.
If you ever have any questions about...
Доступ в чужую обитель только когда все онлайн.
Не знаю, вроде бы там было что. Можно и так. Грядочку. Что, платформы нет? Так. Точно еще семена.
Maybe you're not you...
Так я уже забыл, какие надо было
If you
точно.
ever have...
Допустим, для тебя. Лазурная лилия, да. Не забыл.
Maybe you're not... If you ever have any questions...
О, ну еще 2 дня. Интересно, для реальных или игровых? Ладно, не суть важно. Так, сейчас еще гляну про уровень доверия и пойду в гости в чайник.
Maybe you're not you...
А, это... Так. Так, когда создаю мебель в первый раз, то есть нормально.
If you ever have any
Остальное буду потом самостоятельно чахнуть. Ладно, схожу тогда к козе пока. Как тут у нее дела?
Hello. If you have any outstanding work, I think it must have been quite an undertaking to decorate such a large space.
Всё теперь
In my
можно.
spare time, even at midday, it's perfectly safe to take. Please don't worry. Anyway,
Чего? Я говорю, что занят расстановкой мебели.
Какой?
Не знаю. Хоба. Друзья.
Я на месте Стелл.
Просьба посетить чайник безмятежности. Нельзя войти в чайник безмятежности, пока идет расстановка мебели. Может, еще расстановка идет. Видишь, я грядку поставил, до сих пор идет расстановка мебели. По дня 21 час, кошмар. Ну, туда я вряд ли долечу. Ну, попробую еще раз.
Ща перезайду.
Ерунда какая-то. Так, ладно.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly? Is that so? Another person to count on is always good after all.
Yep, and it's even harder to get a...
Ah, yes. I do have some... Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is.
Blonde. Dresses... Wait! Do you mean... Does that stranger's face look any...
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different.
Seriously?
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, and should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey. Please don't talk down on yourself. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city. Well, as to further news about him, he stands guard at the city gate, so I wish you
Что-то не за этим к ней пришел.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Наконец-то. Такое пусть дальше мясо добывает.
Let's dance!
Понимаю, он 39 уровня.
One with my blade. Submit for judgment.
Перо по щиту надо.
Ну нет у меня первого. Заморозить и долбать его.
A touch of frost.
Тоже нормально. Как там заморозка? Сейчас, да, я угадаю, они опять вернутся. Нет, все, ну ладно.
Denied.
Все уже. Пойдем за пира.
Leave it to me.
Wow, these will come in handy.
Вот. Есть. Говорит, хозяин занят расстановкой мебели. А что нам там надо для... Ингуан. Цветы растут. О. Отлично, плюс уровень. Конечно, постоянное переключение.
My demon expelling mantra is ready.
Геоки поставить сразу там. Ну, ладно.
Во пока по данжу.
Ну давай. Я уже иду к одному. А, по данжам?
А можешь зайти?
Сейчас попробую. О, кажется, сейчас есть шанс, что получится. Я, блин, хочу это самого персонажа своих поднять. Чтобы если я повышу уровень мира, то у меня 50 будет не хватать, боюсь. Вау. Вау. А мне не дают с ними пообщаться, да? Вот бабочки летают. Классно. Все, этот поселок у меня чертеж есть. Это грядка.
One with my blade. Huh?
Тут первый. Ну, если по порядку какой-то не расположен, то второй. Ну, красиво тоже.
А что ей нужно, могу помочь.
Так, ей нужно цветы посадил для Нинки. Геогипостазис.
Агио.
Хотя, не знаю, может быть, и нормально будет, если уровень повысить.
Го мне на нее тоже понадобится.
О, классный диванчик, каминчик. Ой, корги. Так, тут я... Тут заморочиться надо, чтобы все это красиво сделать.
Пока краску украшения.
Учитывая, как здесь все быстро делается.
Надо остудать, он у нас декоратор. Ладно, го на кубик.
Сейчас посмотрим, что там дальше. Классно.
По сути, пока топ кращу.
Ну да. Запустил крафт, а будет готов только завтра. Вон краб уже убежал.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then. Благодарю. Ой, вспомнил. Сейчас подлечится он. We're way behind schedule. Didn't see that coming.
Да, сколько надо.
Иди за мной.
Сейчас.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then. There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then. We're way behind schedule. There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Ноги уже занемели. Не сюда.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Он просто соло, он писец сложный.
Может быть.
Дверь запрета.
Вроде нет.
Тогда к кубику.
Я думаю, 59-й, наверное.
Нам пока смысла нет.
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies.
Не надо было сюда идти, что ли? Ну ладно. Еще к тому геостазису бы сходил. Конечно, иммунитет.
Можно, но смысл будет на 45 ЛМЛ.
This is long overdue.
If you want. Come on, we can do it.
Дальше куб и цветок.
Окей. Там дальше где-то.
For Rex Lapis!
Oh, good. I was just thinking that the silk flowers at...
Let the show begin. Yeah. Huh. 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 Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. 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 Oh. Hey. Yeah.
These bombs, so heavy.
Еще кубик.
All the standing
знаю.
around is making me so
Я бы, может, волка бы попробовал.
Dodoko, where are you?
На Нинку у меня только цветы осталось.
Ба.
Ой. Ну-ка, тут у меня.
La da 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 da.
Сердце пламени, вторник, пятница, воскресенье.
А на пятницу 5 густой смолы сделаешь в алхимии.
конечно, прикольный со звуками. Красиво все это сделано.
I'll protect us.
Ледяной? Я, значит, в пролете. Опять.
Let the show begin.
Ой, ты заморозил так. Наоборот.
You can make a big bang if you want.
Let's dance. Go pink. Ow! La la la.
Explosion
wonder when I'll be as
inside
tall as my big
Grounded
sister.
be thy woe. Explosions can hurt people. June can be dreadful.
Блин, заготовку меча получил.
These bombs, so heavy.
Так, я усе надо идти.
Да, давай, я уже тоже пойду.
It is something of a luxury,
Спасибо за
but I
помощь.
love listening to the rain from the courtyard.
Дальше сам делик и не забудь.
Ай, да спать уже пора.
Их 2 штуки
Ну,
вроде.
2 штуки осталось, да.
Олега артефакт.
Угу.
А что по статам?
Ща. Что у меня тут еще?
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. This weather is so amazing. I could burst into song.
Вот такой вот.
Я тебя убью.
Он тебе нужен? Ну, блин, может был бы отдать, я бы отдал.
All the standing around is making me so sleepy.
Зато, блин, я получил... А хотел для лука заготовку с волка.
Казе топ прокачай ФЛ.
Ой.
Давай.
Да, давай. Да.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Урон плюс крит и плюс крия урон это самое ТТ.
Давай еще и комплект. Это, не знаю, не уверен, что это для козы. Это вообще одноручное или двухручное древковое оружие. Это не про лук.
Надевай и вливай прокачанный и докачай. Статы. Вторичное неважно сейчас тебе.
Ну.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Пешечка выпала. Ну, блин.
Залей артефакт, который уже на козе.
All the standing around is making me so sleepy.
Т. О.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
О, бонус кривого урона. Ух. Ох, красота. И вправду.
Макс 20 ЛМЛ.
Are you tired? Try my new spicy energy drink. I'm sure it'll wake you up.
Макс, кажется, 15 левел. Дальше фарм.
Сними тот, что сейчас на козе, и засунь в это.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Он снят. И этот стоит на ней сейчас.
«12 ЛМЛ заснуть в лёгу». Чтобы ЛМЛ дал.
Everyone is working super hard. We should be too.
Вот так.
Зеленый тетвлей.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Все дальше нужно собирать.
Ох. О, какая циферка красивая.
Отлично.
Так, ладно.
Один раз то не страшно. Даже оживаемо.
Ну да.
Все статы били использованы по-любому, вышло бы П или брони.
Да. Это точно.
О 3300.
Плохо.
We're way behind schedule.
Let the show begin.
Отключи вход без спроса.
Угу.
This is long overdue.
Так, все.
Denied.
Ну теперь можешь спокойно повышать уровень мира.
Думаешь, у меня же эти персонажи довольно-таки низкого уровня. Их 45-го, повыше уровень будет 55-го, у меня перс 50-го.
Но они у тебя по сути саппорты.
Будут какие-нибудь ледяные, и все, Ганьюй, коза будет не при делах. Ладно, это все уже не сегодня.
Ладно,
Да, давай,
спокойно.
я пойду, давай спокойно. Все. Минуточку. Да, Кош.
Награду у Кати забери, а то исчезает.
Угу. Так, перелет. Увлекся.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commission.
Кстати, про меч.
Привет, как дела?
А, хорошо, уже спать собираюсь. А у тебя? Так, заряженный.
Норм.
Отлично. Так. Ага, вот это же, может быть, стоит сделать.
Смотрю, тебя еще Сарка.
Ага.
Не трать тяжелые рецепты.
Я пока просто смотрю, что можно сделать.
На горе получишь топ-меч. Помню того самого Мегатерия и пещеру с лавой.
Ну да.
К нему рецепт. И изучи, у тебя висит один.
Так.
С 19-го года с тобой я.
Ну, только редко бываешь так. В смысле, что изучи, один висит. Так, где у меня висит?
Первый рецепт. У кузнеца.
Как бы я не вижу здесь рецепта.
Нет.
А, это... Все понял. А, да, толковое дело.
Кнопочка изучить есть.
Вижу, вижу. Даже, наверное, стоит сделать. А, тратится. Ясно. На короткое время излучает тепло в небольшом радиусе.
Это для горы.
Угу. Короткое время, блин. Так, руда для ковки. Руда, ясно. Ладно, все, спать, спать, спать. Что там в мультиплеере?
Да давай.
Да, пора уже, надо все.
In a trade war,
Утром
the
на
perfect
работу.
answer.
Хотя еще в Warframe, наверное, пойдешь играть. Всё, спасибо за компанию, все. Пойдем, кошка, спать. Все.
В ряд.
Ну?
В лигу.
Ну или в лигу, да. Просто обычно вижу, что ты по 12 в
Скорее.
Warframe идешь. Я заканчиваю, ты идешь, ведь я вижу в Warframe. Ладно, все, тогда. Не буду отвлекать. Пока.